baby, come back. G'day, Shu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, we're going to be checking out this baby right here because it is a little Snapper 7, but this is what I want you to think. Whoop class, a little bit bigger, brushless motors, 400 or 450 milliamp hour battery, and 3 to 4 minutes flight time on a rock solid little indoor flyer with prop protection. So I'm pretty excited because it's been a little while since I've reviewed some of these whoops, but I've been having so much fun flying around. So we're going to stick it on the bench, break it down, look at the text and the specs, because it's not every day you get one that comes with like an aluminium carbon frame like this and brushless motors that flies so well. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'll fly around the house, maybe out the front, and find out, is this going to be a good purchase for you? And spoiler alert, it is, because I've been flying it quite a bit. So let's stick it on the bench, enough rambling, and get started in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, here it is on the bench, the Snapper 7, and there's a couple of things that make this a pretty special little unit. Things like brushless motors, carbon fiber, aluminium frames, things that you don't find in everyday standard sort of whoops. Now first things first, let's stick it on the scales, find out how much it's going to weigh, take your bets. And wait till these tear off. It's coming in at around 30 grams, 31 grams, and it also comes with these high voltage batteries, which look, they make you get a lot better flight time. That's a 450 milliamp hour battery, and the total weight, it's coming in at about 43 grams. So you're not going to be causing any damage, super light, and very, very fun to fly. Now what we should do, there's a couple of different versions. There's a Free Sky version, Fly Sky version. I'll link them all down below, and I think they're about the $100 price. But we'll quickly go through some of the components, talk about the pros and the cons, the quality, the design of the thing, all that sort of stuff. Then the good stuff, we'll take it out, fly it around, have a little bit of fun, and show you why I think the Snapper 7 is a fantastic little model you can get, especially if you want to do some indoor flying. So let's kick it off and jump in and have a look at the components. Now, I mentioned the battery, so we'll throw that to the side. The first part I want to point out is this frame here. So instead of your sort of plastic shell that holds everything together in your normal sort of whoop classes, this one, it's got a little carbon fiber piece, carbon fiber little plate in here, and I believe that's 1 mil thick. There we go, so it's 1 mil thick, and I do have some concerns, so I guess in the long term, I think it's still going to hold up better than plastic, but a little bit of extra carbon, you know, if they just had rounded this off, would have made it even stronger. But I guess for a budget model, you can't complain too much. I do think it's going to hold up pretty well, and also on the outside, I really like this part, these aluminium or aluminum if you're in the States, even though I think aluminium's the correct way to say it. These aluminium parts on the outside, they're going to hold up a bit better as well, protect your props, and still keep it very, very light. Now starting at the outside, what we've got these little tri-blade props on there. I don't think you get any real ducted benefits or anything like that, but underneath on these little props, and you do get a spare set of props as well, I should say, but you've got these bad boys. These are 703 19,000 kV motors, so a very, very quick little motor, and I've got to say it actually does have a little bit of punch when you're flying it around. Now, no ESCs, of course, on the arms, anything like that, but what I do love is the board in the middle, one of the stars of the show. So let me take this canopy off, and I should say, I like how this canopy's a little bit flexy as well, so I think that's going to make it mean to bounce. It's not going to crack or snap. It should just be bouncing when you flip it up on the ground, and you know, when you have some of those hard landings. So let's take one of these screws a little bit out. I really like how the screw goes from the bottom with the little nut on the top. I think that's a good little design, but here we go, let's slide this to the side, and you can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit actually. And then in here, this is my favorite part of the little drone, the star of the show, this little board right here. It's an F3, and this is absolutely everything built in. So we've got our ESCs in here, so it's got our B or LES. ESCs, they're 5 amp, you can see your little motors plug in there just with some little sort of tabs. It makes replacing your motors very, very simple and easy. You don't have to do any soldering, anything like that. It's also got a built-in receiver in there, so whether you want the Fly Sky version or the version for your Free Sky, so you can hook it up to your Tyrannus. It's got the F3 chip, your Betaflight OSD, as well as just PDV. So all it is, everything is just one board that hooks up to your motors, and then you just add this little camera, or I should say this little camera just connects up to that. Now the camera on the top, this is your VTX camera combo, nothing too special. The image quality, well, you'll see that in the DVR. It's pretty sort of standard stuff. Your 48 channels, it is 25 milliwatts, and it's just rocking this little dipole antenna out the top. And believe it or not, that's kind of it. Like, this review was pretty simple because that board in there, I think, is magic. I love how we've got a brushless board because, look, in the past I've reviewed some brushless whoops, things like the HB64, and that was a nice little thing, but it had a separate ESC board. This just has everything built in, keeps the weight down, and it flies so well. So what I'm going to do, let's screw this back together. Alrighty, so that's back together. Now let's go through the design of the thing, and this is where I actually think that this whoop class, the Snapper 7, actually has something to it. Like, I mean, the aluminium parts on the outside with the little carbon fiber, the spongy part on the top so the plastic's not going to shatter in some hard crashes. I think they've designed this thing very, very well. It protects your components, everything's in the middle. You've got some, I guess, okay camera protection and still keeping it very, very light, and especially when coupled to some things like some brushless motors, that's going to make for a very good little craft. Now look, it's not perfect when it comes to that design though. I am worried about the how much this is going to hold up in crashes in the long term. Are you going to get any snaps in the carbon? Yes, I think it's going to be better than plastic, but with a few little tweaks, if you're listening, the guys over at Happy Model, the Snapper 7s, what I want you to do, if you could just round this out and just add a little bit more carbon on this, you wouldn't need to add too much whatsoever, and you could drastically increase the strength of this frame. I think in the long run, what I am going to do, I'm going to put a few little dobs of hot glue just around some of these joints, just to make it that little bit stronger. Now the quality of the thing, well, I'm going to give it about an 8 out of 10. It's fairly simple as well, so there's not really too much scope to go really high quality, really low quality. It flies really well, and I do like, I guess, the aluminium on the outside. So, and I'm going to say the solder joints, there really isn't any besides ones where the VTX joins up to the board, and that's fine. You know, there's nothing, it's adequate, I should say. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And then that brings us on to the part before we fly it around. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. So I'm going to get the cons out of the way. Things I don't like. Well, I guess a rubber band on the bottom. I would probably prefer some little plastic attachment I could slide it in, but for the price, you can't really complain too much. I mean, that's going to hold it fine. I really don't like, actually, how I only got the basic version. I really should have got the standard version, because you get more batteries, and trust me, you're going to have so much fun. That's going to be one of your biggest complaints. You don't have enough batteries to fly around. I guess in the very, very long run, I would like this frame to be a little bit stronger, and I must also say, all these little screws that are holding your motors on and stuff, please take them out, because some of them are a little bit loose, and what I want you to do, put some Loctite on them. It's only going to take you an extra minute, but it's going to stop any of those from coming loose, vibrating loose, and, you know, causing you to have a bad time. But once you've done that, I think then that's where you're going to have a lot of fun. And if we look at the pros, I mean the cost. For $100, you're getting a great, robust, brushless whoop-sized drone. It's not going to be a threat to anybody. Heaps of fun to fly around. You're going to see just how stable it is. I think it looks really cool. I love the size of the battery. You get some fantastic flight times, you know, between 3 and 4 minutes, which is absolutely insane, versus some of those other whoops, which look, can really fall out of the sky. Some of them under 2 minutes. So I really, really like the flight times. Yes, it's a bigger battery, but you don't notice it when you're flying around. It doesn't feel like that because it's very stable and it's still got plenty of poke. I love the simplicity of the thing. I love how you don't need an extra receiver, you don't need extra ESC boards, anything like that. It's all just in that one built-in board, binds so easily straight up to your Tyrannus or to your FlySky, you know, to whatever you're sort of using. And I also like this little bit on top, so it's not a hard plastic, so it's not going to shatter or anything like that. It's just going to sort of take the impact, and then you can get back to flying. But that's it on the bench. Let's set up some gates around my house, go for a little spin. No Grumpy Trev, Crash Test Cal today. We're just going to be flying this thing. I need to screw this down a little bit more as well, actually. I just was being lazy. But let's fly this thing around, have a bunch of fun, and show you why I think the Snapper 7 is a fantastic little craft, especially if you're after a little indoor flyer. Okie dokie, here we go, on board, jumping straight in because we've got a few clips to show you, and I absolutely love it when the flight footage speaks for itself. You know, it makes my job a lot easier in terms of the review to communicate exactly how this thing goes, and this thing is perfect. And I'm not really talking to the pro FPV racing audience out there. I'm just talking to those everyday pilots like myself. You know, you might have a family, you might have a job where you do a lot of hours, you want to get your fun FPV fix on. Maybe the weather's terrible outside, or you don't have so much space. Something like this is absolutely perfect. You get some really good flight footage. You can see it is very stable when you're flying this thing around, and you're not going to have any issues. And especially with the flight time, I really love it as well, because I get more flight time on this thing than any of my other indoor micros. Now, of course, I'm flying this thing around on stability mode, but you can see very controllable. So if you've got some really small spaces, there's no oscillations, anything like that. In a moment, we will see some more higher speeds, but if you've got some small indoor spaces, you want to get an easy FPV fix on this thing, it's just so much fun. Now, here we go. I crank it up. This is still in the same pack, but I just thought I might put the hammer down a little bit more, and you can see it has got so much speed, and those bumpers are perfect. If you're a pilot like me, when you're indoors, you're bashing into a lot of stuff, this thing, it survives so much, so it just keeps on going, keeps on giving, and that's how an indoor craft should be. And especially because they're aluminium, aluminum, however you want to say it, I think it's going to hold up really, really well in crashes. And brushless motors as well, one of the biggest benefits of that, you can see it's got plenty of power, and you'll see that when we take it outside as well, but they don't wear out, whereas some of those, there's more crashes, so you can see just how lucky you get with this thing. It's very, very easy to fly, very forgiving. But yeah, those brushless motors, they don't run out either. So if you're the sort of pilot who's always replacing your little whoop motor
motors and you're wishing they'd give you more, you don't have to worry about that when you're using brushless motors. But you can see it is very, very quick. Now, one of my favorite things about this drone is how you really can fly it anywhere. So whether you took this to work, whether you've got a small indoor flat or little house, or maybe you've got a little yard you wanted to fly around, I'm having an absolute blast flying this thing around my yard. It just seems to bounce off all the trees. It rarely gets tangled up. And finally, I've got a Whoop that ticks all the boxes. You know, you get good flight times, you've got a good strong frame. I love the aluminium, the camera is fine, it's got a nice OSD, everything's built in, and it's super light. So overall, I'm a massive fan of this, and I'd love to know what you guys think as well. You know, is this the sort of Whoop you're after? Because I know sometimes those plastic one breaks, and they've all seem to have their pros and cons, but for me, when you look at the price, I'm a huge fan of the Snapper 7, so I've really got to take my hat off to them. They've done a fantastic job.
Alrighty, so there it is. There's my review of the Snapper 7, and I'm a big fan of this one. I mean, it is a little bit more pricey than some of those cheaper Whoop class. I'm not saying tiny Whoop, I'm saying Whoop class, but these ones with the prop guards and with brushless motors, aluminium sort of prop protection, a little bit of carbon fiber, and awesome flight times. So this one does get better flight times than any of the other ones I've sort of flown, and yes, it does have a bigger battery, but you don't really notice that on the sticks, and it's very, very stable. So an absolute little pocket rocket that is a ton of fun. So definitely, if you're in the market, you've got a lot of 5 inches out there, you want something you're going to get good flight times with and have an absolute blast because it is so much fun, definitely check this out. I'll put the link down below. Hopefully the price doesn't go up after this review. Anyway, go check it out. Tell me if it goes down or up anyway. I'll flash the price on the screen, and has it gone down or up since I post this review, because that does frustrate me. But subscribe for more FPV related content, drop your comments down below, and as always, happy flying!
Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page, because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAVfutures family, there's things like bonus Velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying!